Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, what's good, people? How y'all doing? DBNK here. Some do say debunk. It is what it is. We keep it moving. So, yo, look, I was watching Officer Tatum the other day, and I'm saying the other day. I was watching it today. I'm watching it today, and this news clip that he was reacting to, I think this is an incident that happened a day or so ago. So this is fresh. This is recent. All right. So I'm watching this reaction, and I've always kind of felt the way about Officer Tatum. I started watching him a while ago, and initially he's good. He's really good. And then you start picking up some weird vibes from this dude as you watch more and more of him. You know what I mean? You start picking up some really weird vibe. You start wondering. I started asking AI, is this dude racist to his own people? Like, does he not like black people? I mean, I know he married a white girl. But I don't quite think I've heard too many black people talk about other black people in the way, in the fashion, in the manner that this guy does. And like, yo, like, as they say, he never ceases to amaze. Like every single time I watch this dude, he always leaves me with a cringe moment. A cringe moment where I'm thinking to myself, I mean, you have a point, but did you have to take it in that direction? Like, what was your intention in taking it into that direction? You know what I mean? Like, I'd hate, man, it's just crazy. I hate imagining what this dude would be like if he was actually white. I mean, the way he talk about black people as a black person, right? I'd hate to think what he'd be like to black people if he was actually white. You know what I mean? Because yo, yo, bro, like I don't like. Anyways, you know what? I'm talking a lot. I'm talking too lot. Like, listen, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. Ain't that some shit? We about to get into it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's see what the student's saying. It's actually an interesting reaction video.
This ding dong ditch thing, this is very unfortunate. And I believe that this will not get the coverage or outrage that some people think it should, because I believe that the person who was the suspect was a black man and the kid who got killed was a white kid. And that's why you ain't gonna see Al Sharpton, nobody else gonna come out and say anything. I think that the guy who did this was wrong. You can't blindly shoot at people. I don't know what people are thinking. Let me give you some advice. If you're gonna have a gun, study the law of your state. Study self-defense laws. If somebody's kicking on your gate outside of your house, you can't just start opening fire on people. You can't do that. You have to have a reason to believe that these persons are armed and dangerous, or that your life is in danger of serious bodily injury or death. You know why? Because somebody may be knocking on your door thinking it's somebody else's door. You can't shoot people through a door. Somebody may be kicking on your fence because they're doing a TikTok joke, or maybe they're trying to break into your fence, but that's not your house. And they may not even have a gun. So you got to be very mindful of how you're shooting and knowing the target that you're shooting at. If you shoot somebody, you have to be able to know who you shot and where you shot them at. If you don't, then when I say who you shot, which means that if it's a crowd of 5 people and you firing, you better know that, okay, I hit the third person and I shot him in the leg, or I shot him in the torso, or I shot him in the head. If you shooting at somebody, you can't describe where you shot them at, or at least a general area where you aimed at. And if you shooting in a crowd of people and you don't know who you shot or didn't shoot, you are in a weird position, especially when they don't have any weapons and they're running away from you. So I'm just putting it out there, man.
All right, so already he starts off the video. He's talking about the incident. He's describing the incident. Well, not actually describing the incident. We know it's a ding dong dash. We all know what a ding dong dash is. You ring the doorbell and you run. I mean, I think we all did this as kids. You know what I mean? Let me not say all. A lot of us did this as kids. You ring the doorbell and you run. You ring the doorbell, you run. You know what I mean? It's like a prank call. You know what I mean? Only you just don't say nothing. Or, you call your girlfriend's house, mom answers the phone, dad answers the phone, and you just quiet on the other side. Hello, who is this? You know how I know who you are, right? Stop calling my house, man. Stop calling my house. Right? If you call my daughter one more time, we gonna have problems. All right? Especially if you ain't gonna say nothing. Have some decency to say nothing. Like, show some respect. All right. So long story short, we all like, we all done did this, but like right off the bat, I'm watching the video and I don't even know too much context of the situation, but all I know is some kids arrived at a black man's house. The way he's describing it, I would assume they rang the doorbell and they ran, they dashed, right? Ding dong dash, right? So right off the back, the way he's explaining it, you think this guy heard the doorbell, took out his gun, and just started shooting through the door, whatever the case may be, right? That's how he kind of making it, because right off the back, he seems to be making excuses for the victims, right? For the people who got shot, the kids who got shot, the pranksters. He seems right off the back to be making excuses for the, like I hear a lot of, what were you thinking? How can you just shoot? But I'm not hearing much in the way of, oh, like, what are you doing running pranks like this? But anyways, this is still the start of the video, so let's see where he goes, right? Let's see where he goes. Give him some leeway.
I'm the biggest advocate of defending yourself. In our state, we have stand your ground. I get it. But if somebody's beating on my door, I'm not going to shoot them through the door. Once they breach the door, it's going to be a light show, fireworks. I think I may be a little turned on by it a little bit. You break in my house, it's gonna be murder she wrote. If you can breach the door of my house, but until then, you beating on the door. As long as you're not shooting through my door or anything, I'm gonna call the police. And if you never make it through the door, which my door is secure, then we have nothing. The cops are.
And that's fair, right? Someone coming beating on your door. I mean, at this point, it doesn't even sound like a doorbell. Like they literally beating down your door like they're the cops, right? So call the cops, right? At that point, you follow the logic and you're like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, if someone was beating my door down, you look through the window in a panicked sort of state, because I'm thinking, what the hell's going on? You're gonna peek through the window, try and see who's on the other side of the door, but you're not really gonna open the curtain. You're gonna literally like just you're gonna just open that curtain a millimeter, just a crack, so you can just get a peek. You know what I mean? Because you don't know who's on the other side of the door, and in this case, they banging down the door, right? So logic follows. You gonna take a peek. If it's me, I'm gonna take a peek, right? I'm gonna take a peek, and I'm gonna see, like, try at least and see, who is this banging on my door, right? You just gonna try and make sense of it. So logic dictates, okay, call the cops, right? Call the cops. But if I peek and I see, okay, like some dumbass, like what is this? Some kids? Open that door and I'm gonna whoop your ass. One way or the other. If it might be physical, it might be a tongue lashing. I don't know. One way or the other, I'm gonna beat your ass. Beat your ass with some words. Beat your ass with, like, one way or the other, something's going down. So, anyways, let's go. Let's
take care of you. You breached the door. Now you got to go meet Jesus faster than you want to. All right, let's play this clip real quick from the news. Roll it.
Tonight, an arrest for murder in Virginia after teens tell authorities an age-old childhood prank, the ding-dong ditch, turned deadly. A high school senior shot to death while doing the stunt, his friends say, for a TikTok video. Now the homeowner, Tyler Chase Butler, arrested and accused of second-degree murder. The Spotsylvania County Sheriff's Office say...
Y'all... We out here losing lives over TikTok pranks, y'all. Like, what's really going on?
In a press release, it was 3 a.m. Saturday morning when they got a call for a burglary in progress where shots were fired. Deputies found two people with gunshot wounds on...
3 a.m. I gotta press pause. Ain't no ding dong dash at 3 a.m., y'all. Ain't no ding dong dash at 3 a.m. I don't care who the hell you are. I don't care where the hell you live. I don't care where, like, ain't no such thing as a ding dong dash at 3 a.m. 3 in the morning. Them is the devil's hours. All right? Y'all know the devil's hour? Them is the devil's. Only motherfucking thieves and killers is out at that time of day. You go and oh my God. Okay, let's go.
The scene.
Let me add to this. In the defense of the suspect, this was 3 a.m. You dumb, ignorant fools that you little kids trying to be TikTok famous, don't be knocking on somebody at 3 a.m. We never, first of all, we did ding dong ditch when I was a kid. I didn't do it much because I hate getting in trouble. But we did it a few times. But what do we do? Do it during the day. You walk in somebody's porch, you knock and you run it during the day. Or if you do it at night, it's at a reasonable hour.
Oh, by the way, because where I'm from, we got gated communities. Well, not even gated. If you got a house, if it's a neighborhood, you got a house, you got a fence or a wall around your house, and you got a gate, and then outside your gate, you got an intercom. So we used to mess with them intercoms, right? We used to mess with them intercoms. You hit the intercom, all right, and you ditch, you just run. And you do this house after house after house until you get where you're trying to go. That's what we used to do, all right? That's what we used to do. Anyways.
You got to be home before the freaking street light come on. So we couldn't ding ditch or whatever they call it. Ding dong ditch. We couldn't do that because daddy be ding dong ditching your butt if you out at night and you're not in the house. So I don't know what kids they raising that's at 3 o'clock in the morning beating on somebody's house. All right, keep going.
18-year-old Michael Bosworth Jr. was transported to a local hospital where he died just hours before his high school prom. His stepfather telling me he was a student athlete who played lacrosse, football, and wrestled, now gone. Another teen grazed with a bullet, telling investigators, according to court records, they weren't trying to break into the home to steal anything. They were just ringing doorbells and running away. And
okay, you know what? Kids said, man, these are 18-year-olds, man. At this point, you're an adult. This little man said he wasn't even trying to steal nothing. He was just ringing doorbells and running at 3 a.m. And from what he said initially, it don't even seem like they was ringing doorbells. Seems like they were banging down doors. All right? It seemed like they were banging down doors. Now, at 3 a.m., at 3 a.m., I wouldn't think that's, listen, I'm thinking paranormal activities at 3 a.m. I don't know what's going on. I'm freaking the hell out. I know the dog going crazy. You know what I mean? I know for sure. If I got a house dog, I know for sure that motherfucker going crazy. Like, let's be real, y'all.
13, not shot, telling authorities it's the same story and showing police a similar video from earlier that night. The question is whether a resident can claim self-defense in such a case.
In Virginia, if you are going to use lethal force, you have to be in fear from the perspective of a reasonable person of bodily harm, great bodily harm, or death.
The sheriff's office saying Butler is held on no bond at a local jail. We haven't been able to reach him or an attorney. The investigation is still ongoing and may uncover if it really was a ding-dong ditch that led to shots ringing through this neighborhood and a young life lost.
Poor child, poor kid that got killed, and of course what happened to him. I mean, such a stupid prank, and look at the results. Families ruined. So, very sad. Hope this does not happen, and hope that kids learn a lesson.
Now, in court documents, Tyler Butler reports being single, having gone to college to study computer science, and now making his living through sports betting. I met with a neighbor here who showed me video from in front of his home not long before the shooting down the street. And in the video, he wouldn't share it with us yet, but it shows 3 teenagers approaching his house and not ringing the doorbell and running, but banging and kicking his garage door. He says they weren't trying to break into his house, but this was not just simply ringing and running.
Plot thickens. Clearly, they weren't ringing no doorbells. They were banging doors down. And there's video evidence. Hey, come on. You don't be banging on people's. Come on, y'all. 3 a.m. Is you trying to give me a heart attack? This don't even seem like a brother with a record. This is the brother, computer science degree, trying to live his life. You know, making his money off bidding. Minded his own business. He just genuinely minded his own business. And these kids, I don't know what kind of neighborhood it is, but it seems like a pretty, what you call it, decent neighborhood, you know? Seems like a pretty decent neighborhood. And these kids gonna be, come on, y'all.
Kids that got shot with white, the guy's black. Now, do I think it's a racial issue? No, I don't have any evidence to suggest that's a racial issue, other than there's two different races. I'm telling you, I'm just throwing this out here so we know the hypocrisy when it comes. If there was a white man that shot black kids doing ding dong ditch, we would, God is my witness, we would hear it being a racial thing. You gotta not have a double standard. Like, if you're gonna jump to racism every time a white person does something, you gotta do it when black people do it. It could have been a racial component, but we don't have any evidence of it, so we don't.
Listen, man, I don't even know how you jumped to that. You just went from hearing this to talking about if it were a white person who had shot a black kid. How do you go from kids banging on doors at 3 a.m., 18-year-old kids for that matter, all right? So they adults. How do you go from that to talking about race? Like, what are we doing? Officer Tatum. Officer Tatum. Like, I said it at the start of the video, you know, like this dude's been giving me weird vibes for a long time. And I watch his videos because I try and choose to not believe that this guy really hates black people. But the more I watch, the harder it is to believe that this guy doesn't hate his own people, right? If he could, he'd go on Michael Jackson. And then he'd go and sing, it don't matter if you're black or white. You want to be white. Like, come on, man. Like, what? What's that got to do with if it were a white person who had shot a black kid, we wouldn't hear the end of, like, come on, man, really? That's where you thought, let me take this story. Everything you've heard here, that's where you thought, let me take this story. Like, well, I don't know what's wrong with this man, y'all. Like, I honestly don't know what's wrong with this man. Like, because God help you, bro. Like, you got all these tattoos of Jesus Lord. You got all these Bible verses on your arms, tatted on you. And this is how you live your life, thinking about people you don't even know? Like, is listen, man, I can't help but laugh because it's actually really funny. Ain't no way you could be this much of an Uncle Ruckus. And now I'm assuming we've all watched the Boondocks. Ain't no way you could be this much of an Uncle Ruckus. How you hate your own people this much?
Need to jump to that conclusion. But what I will say is that how much did he know and where was he shooting from? If they coming and beating on your door and kicking your door, I can see a person believing that he's getting robbed, but you can't just blindly shoot people, right? Why? Because they may be a prank or they may be knocking on the wrong house door. They're not trying to break in and kill you. People could just be at the wrong house. Maybe they...
Again, my brother, this is 3 a.m., 3 in the morning. Again, now we know They not ringing doorbells. They banging down doors. Damn near breaking in. All right? Damn near breaking an entry. At 3 a.m. If you don't know what AM means, long story short, it's early morning, early hours of the morning. Early hours of the morning. Supposed to just think you lost? Like, nah, this whole reaction here is all flawed logic. It's all flawed logic, right? It don't make sense. No how. Like, I don't even know how he gets to these conclusions, right? I don't even know how you look in the mirror every morning, every day of your life. Because I know you hate your skin color. I know that for a fact. Because you don't like mine. Shit.
Think it's they baby, some girl baby daddy coming over, knocking on the door, late at night because he pissed off about something. They don't have, but they don't give you the right to shoot.
Why are you making all these excuses? Why are you making all these excuses for people going around at 3 a.m. 3 a.m., y'all, banging, damn near breaking into people's houses because they want to be calling it a prank? You damn near breaking the door down on people's houses and you calling it pranks at 3 a.m., 3 in the morning. And this dude right here is out here making excuses for these kids. And it makes zero sense at all. Like zero. I'm trying to understand it. Why is he trying to see this from the... Why is he... Oh, man. Why is he trying to see this whole scenario from the Ding Dong Ditch's perspective? Why are you trying to make sense of this whole scenario from the Ding Dong Ditch's perspective? Why can't you put yourself in the shoes of the homeowner who's home alone, minding his own business, 3 a.m. I don't know, maybe he's sleeping, maybe he's not. I'm out. Most of us are sleeping at 3 a.m., right? It's the devil's out, like I said. You know what I mean? Why can't you see it from his perspective? Home alone, bangs at the door, checks the time. Oh, wait. Bangs at the door at 3 a.m. You probably sleeping. Most probably you sleeping, all right? So imagine him banging on your door. Imagine how you waking up. Imagine, and you believe you know how you wake up from a bad dream? You're like, oh shit. Now imagine you waking up, banging at the door, 3 a.m. in the morning. You open your eyes because it's like, oh my God. Like, I'd be terrified. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Listen, man, 3 a.m.? I don't know what I'm dealing with. A killer, a thief. Even if you is a thief, 3 a.m. you probably got some deadly weapon on you. You know what I mean? Some paranormal. I don't know what is going on. It's 3 a.m., bro. It's not typical ding dong ditch time of hours, you know? Because them time of hours is probably like 11 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., right? Them a ding dong ditch hours, all right? Them a ding dong ditch hours. 11 a.m. to about 4:30 p.m., all right? After that, you got to be home. You got your parents is looking for you at home, all right? So I don't know what kind of pranks you think you're holding at 3 a.m. and I don't know why he wants to be making excuses for these kids. Hey, see, we keep saying kids, but these are 18-year-olds, bro. At that point, you're old enough to vote. You a kid. I mean, there's 56-year-olds out here smashing 18-year-olds, right? There's 56-year-olds out here, you know, hitting up OnlyFans models who's 18 years old. So, you know what I mean? Is you a kid? You really a kid? You 18? By law, you an adult. We can try you as an adult in court. Not, I say we can. We will. We will. So, like, this guy here is a weird individual. Officer Tatum. What's his first name? What's his first name? I need to call you by your first name. Let me just check that shit out. What is your first name? What is your first name? Let me do this. Wait. Nah, because I genuinely need to know this guy's first name, because ain't no way I can keep calling you Officer Tatum. Brandon. Oh, no, I forgot that. Brandon. Listen. we need to start being real with each other, Brandon. Like, come on, man. I think you should probably stop doing commentary on black people altogether. Because it's clear you can't do. And okay, you know what? Do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. You know, keep doing you, brother. But this shit right here.
A person who you don't know who you're shooting. I mean, because if you're blindly shooting through a door or something, you could be shooting neighbors. Like the bullets, they don't just stop once they leave the gun. If they don't hit anybody, they still going. And they hit people in the head, hit people in their sleep. That's why they charge them with second-degree murder. Because what is second-degree murder? Knowingly and intentionally doing something that caused the death of another person. So knowing that your actions, maybe I should look that law up. What state is this? Let me see. Virginia. Because he got charged with a few things. He got charged with second-degree murder, malicious wounding, and 2 counts of firearm use during a felony. So for them to hit him with them crimes, it must be pretty evident that he had no legitimate reason to shoot at them. So the question is, if he went to school for computer science and he seemed like an intelligent guy living in maybe a primarily white neighborhood, I guess, why would he believe in doing that? Now, here's my theory, just real quick. Here's my theory. The guy is sports betting, so he may think that he may be involved in some stuff that will lead him to believe somebody gonna come collect on him. Because think about this for a minute. I'm kind of like a celebrity a little bit, right? I'm not like an A-list celebrity, obviously. But I'm kind of a celebrity. It means that everywhere I go, no matter where I go in the United States of America, somebody recognizes me. So I'm sort of a celebrity. I know that people hate me. So if somebody were beating on my door, it's a reasonable fear that maybe a hater, which I don't know how you get to my door in the first place, but if you made it there, that's where you're going to die. But we might as well put some roses out there for you and notify the next of kin. But if you make it to my house and you doing that, I have a reason to believe that maybe somebody, because I'm popular, that somebody want to come get me. If you're a regular person that's just living your life, maybe in an affluent neighborhood, why is that your expectation that somebody's going to kill you because you hear beat?
All right. There's a lot of double standards going on here. So he's the exception because he's a celebrity. Somebody comes banging on his door like that, 3 a.m. in the morning, he's got a license to shoot because he's a celebrity. He's well known in America, and he needs to protect himself. So him being in his shoes, being a celebrity that he is, well-known motherfucker that he is, he's got like you just wrote your death warrant coming to his front door and doing all that. But now this brother right here who's out here doing sport betting, and might have some people out to get him because maybe he owes somebody, It's because he a black man, he owes somebody something. Just because he a black man living his life, making his money from betting, he probably owes somebody something. Assuming he got scared and he just started shooting. Guys, Brandon, Brandon, really? Is this what we doing now? Is this really what we doing? You know what I mean? Like, I'm disappointed, man. I'm actually disappointed.
Beating on the door. Unless, in my opinion, you believe that you got haters or somebody after you. So I think the young man got into sports betting. It can be very weird, right? Maybe he owed people money, and he's like, "Oh shoot, they coming to kill me, and I gotta go all out. I gotta shoot through the doors and everything else because this is what's happening." That could be a case that I think the reason why this guy overreacted, because it doesn't seem like he's a bad guy. He don't have no criminal record, not a gang member. Seems to be very well educated.
Hey, yo. Someone came banging at your door, damn near breaking your door down, your front door down. Overreacted. Because maybe someone's after you. Because you're doing sports betting. We haven't heard nothing bad about this man in the news cycle, right? We ain't heard he's got prior charges. We ain't heard nothing about that. Ain't heard nothing about even the news cycle doesn't even mention maybe he got money issues, maybe someone like, but here you are trying so hard to defend what these kids was doing that you're trying to put this black man front and center and lynch his ass. Brandon. Like, I want to call you my brother, but I'm feeling the type of way about that. Because usually I'd be like, my brother, what are we doing? And it don't matter if you're black or white. I'll call white people my brother, right? Because if I'm trying to assimilate with you, if I'm trying to, connect with you on a certain level, I'm brother, what are we doing? But Brandon, if I think to call you my brother, I feel a type of way. Like, it rubs me the wrong way. You know what I mean? Because why you like this, bro? No, honestly, why you like this? What makes you think like this? What makes you always want to find issue with the black man? And I was actually looking through the comments. I was looking through the comments of this video. And he got ratioed in his own comments. The video, you open, you know what? I'm gonna put a link down to the video when I'm done. So y'all can just go and look at this yourselves. He got ratioed in his own comment section. Let me see. Let me see. Maybe I can read some of the comments to y'all. Let me see if I got this close by. Cause hey man. What? Here we are. All right, let's open up this comment section. Sorry, my bad. First one I come up, right? Honestly, I freak out if someone knocks or beats on my door in the middle of the night because I instantly assume you're up to no good. Another one. And I'm not even skipping comments at this point. I'm just going one after the other, right? Another one. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Next one. Young people need to stop doing junk like this. Next one. Nope. At 3 a.m., it better be a real emergency. At this hour, every person should be sleeping, and waking someone up as a prank is wrong. No humor. Waking someone up in the middle of the night can significantly impact sleep performance the next day. 3 a.m. is not a pranking hour. Next one. I'm not skipping comments. 3 a.m. is no time for pranks. Next one. No excuses for TikTok pranks. They need to stop immediately. Next one. Like I said, I'm not skipping comments. When someone or people are beating and banging on your front door or garage at 3 a.m., you don't go to the door like you're receiving an Amazon package. 3 a.m. That one gave me a little bit of a chuckle. That was funny. All right, next one. All right. Like I said, I'm not skipping comments. I'm just going one after the other, right? It isn't simply ding dong ditch. This particular TikTok challenge is to deliver a running kick to the door late at night and try to get it to open. Try get it to open. Someone pulled it on me one night a while back and ruined my front door. At the time, I assumed it was a burglar and got my handgun out before calling the police. I spent a sleepless night camped out in the living room with it after the officers left. I've since found out that they pulled the same stunt on some of my neighbors. In one instance, they ruined a $1,600 door. It's not at all funny, and I'm not surprised that someone eventually got shot. This is his comment section, by the way. Brandon Tatum. Unpopular opinion. This is what happens when people keep thinking it's sweet to harass people for clout. Next comment. I have not skipped a single comment, all right? I have not skipped. I'm just going one after the other. You wrong on this, dog. My door got kicked in before and they came in shooting. I wasn't in the game. I don't know what that means. They had the wrong house, but... Oh, they had the wrong house, but shot my roommate. Now, if I hear anything outside my door, I'm on patrol. Wow. Next one. Who in their right minds is doing this prank at 3 a.m.? Next one. 3 a.m. changes everything. At that hour, a loud banging on the door is very threatening. He may have been in protection mode. Bro, if you blow me up out of my sleep, I'm not thinking straight. I'm under the influence. Y'all, sleep is a hell of a drug, y'all. Sleep is a hell of a drug. If you bang on my door at 3 a.m. in the morning and I wake up in a flurry, I'm like in a panic. I'm not thinking straight. I'm scared. I'm terrified. Scared is an understatement. I'm terrified. Brandon, what is this dude talking about? Under the influence. Y'all know how sleep is a hell of a drug. You think indica? You think indica is a hell of a drug? You think that'll have you say indica, but I don't know. I don't even know why I picked that, but I'm just saying. Have y'all ever been just woken up randomly in the middle of the night? Or even okay. Let me hit y'all with this one. Y'all ever taken a nap during the day? Sun's up, right? You took a nap and it's a damn good nap, all right? And then all of a sudden, you wake up, it's dusk, and you panic because you're thinking to yourself, I'm late for school, I'm late for work, whatever the hell it is, right? Because you're thinking it's the next morning, right? If you wake up in a panic at that point, that time of day, dusk, thinking it's early morning, sun's just coming up or going down, right? If you wake up in that kind of a panic, not knowing your bearings at that time of day, what do you think is happening at 3 a.m. and you waking up in a panic, terrified, not knowing who the hell? People are banging on your door, damn near breaking it down. What? Y'all, I don't know, right? Let me go to the next comment. I don't think I'm doing these comments justice. 18 years old, playing ding dong ditch. Were they really at that age? Were they really? Next comment. People, even kids at this point, should realize these pranks can get people killed. It can't be that detached from reality. Next comment. I'm not skipping nothing. I'm just going one after the other. Ain't nobody agreeing with the content creator Brandon and his own comment section. When I was a senior in high school, we didn't do crap like this. We considered this stuff that 12-year-olds did. Right? One itty bitty tiny little detail the reporter conveniently left out is that the prankster that died was 18 years old, legally an adult. Next comment. I ain't skipping nothing, y'all. If the shoe was on the other foot, you know what would happen. We'd be hearing about this for the next few months, followed by the grifter Al Sharpton and Black Lives Matter. All right. This guy clearly, he's the first one. He's the first one who agrees with the content creator, Brandon Tatum. All right. The first guy I've come across, I don't know how many I've read now. I'm not counting. I'm just going. Next comment. We ain't skipping nothing. These weren't kids. They were 18, 19-year-olds. Next comment. If they rang the doorbell and ran away at 3 a.m., the bullets wouldn't have hit them. There's more to the story. And that kind of makes sense. Don't you think that? Don't you think that? Because that's Ding Dong Ditch, right? It's 3 a.m. Think about it. It's 3 a.m. This comment actually makes some freaking good sense. If they rang, right? If they rang the doorbell and ran away at 3 a.m., the bullets wouldn't have hit them. There is more to the story. Think about it. If you in bed at 3 a.m. in the morning, someone bangs on your, not even bangs on your door. Someone rings your doorbell and runs. By the time you get to the door, ain't nobody there. I don't care what kind of house you live in. A studio apartment? A one-bedroom apartment? A house. This one right here knocked it right out the park. If they rang the doorbell and ran away at 3 a.m., the bullets wouldn't have hit them. There is more to the story. Wow. He's opened my eyes up with that one. These, you know what? His viewers got more sense than him. It's crazy because his viewers got more sense than Brandon Tatum. All right, next comment. A college student was killed here in Colombia after going to the wrong house drunk in the middle of the night. He was beating on the door and trying to break into the home because he didn't realize he wasn't at his home. The owner wasn't charged because he was defending his home. Next comment. Sorry, 3 a.m.? Need more context. If the man was in fear for his life, that could be justification. I'm saying, you wake me up out of my sleep at 3 a.m. banging on my door? And it come on, y'all. Think about it. That last comment I just read, if they had rung the door and ran, and I got to get out of bed and come to the door or to the window to see what's going on, if it was a proper ding-dong ditch, it would have been gone by the time I'm out of bed. By the time I get to the door of my bedroom, right? If it's a studio apartment, let me just say if it's a studio apartment, by the time I step foot in the kitchen, because most of your apartments, the kitchen's right by the doorway, right? Think about it, people. These kids is lying. It wasn't no ding-dong ditch. They was banging down people's doors, damn near breaking an entry. Out my sleep, you woke me up, and you think I'm gonna have the presence of mind to have presence of mind? Who is it? Bro, I'm terrified at that point. Y'all tripping. This, Brandon, you need to get yourself together, brother. Next comment. I'm not gonna stand up for this one. TikTok pranks need to stop. Next comment. I feel like I'm a pretty reasonable person, and if this happened at my house at 3 a.m., I would absolutely be in fear and in fear of serious bodily harm or death. This is no time to be playing stupid pranks. Next comment. I will not blame the homeowner at all. 3 in the morning? These kids were asking for a problem and found it. Yo. So far, I only found one person in this whole comment section so far that agrees with Brandon. One comment out of everything I've read. Oh, I think this one's directed right to Brandon Tatum. Perfect example of when keeping it real goes wrong. Next comment. Somebody jump kicking my door at 3 a.m. is scaring the hell out of me. Nobody kicks doors at 3 a.m. for any kind of legitimate reason. Expect to be dealt with as a lethal threat if you engage in this idiocy. Next comment. I'm a female who rarely has to sleep alone overnight, but occasionally do, which I already hate. Some lunatic was knocking violently on my door at 9:30 p.m. a couple weeks ago, and it terrified me so bad I called the cops. I can't even imagine if it had been at 3 a.m. I was so freaked out I couldn't sleep the rest of the night until my friend got off work later to come over. So no one should be doing this ish to people ever. The reaction might have been overkill, but I also can't blame anyone who feels fear over that and the need to protect themselves. Next comment. Hey, don't kick on someone's door at 3 a.m. and your chances of getting shot will drastically decrease. These kids gotta stop, gotta snap out of it. At 3 a.m. waking up from deep sleep. That's what I said. Oof. At 3 a.m. waking up from deep sleep to people kicking at your door. There's not a lot of thinking to do. There's context to this. I don't blame the homeowner. If this was 12 noon, I could understand the clear thinking to have been better judgment. But 3 a.m., no one is alert. That's facts. I'm panicking. I'm waking up thinking, what the hell? I'm not thinking straight at 3 a.m. fresh out of my dreams, bro. I think we all got friends that if you wake them up at 3 a.m., like you gotta say the same thing 5 times just for them to make sense of what you say. I'm talking PhD motherfuckers. I'm talking doctors, yo. Just for them to make sense of what you saying. You gotta repeat the same thing 5 times fresh out of their dreams. Especially if you shock them out their dreams. If you just boom, right out their dreams. And they're like, oh. You're not making sense of shit for the next, I don't know how long it'll take you to get your wits about you. Now imagine if you living on your own in a house and people banging on your door at 3 a.m. in the morning and you just fresh out of sleep. Bruh? I don't know, but they need to let this brother out. You can't charge this man with nothing, bro. This is Nick's comment, by the way. There's absolutely nothing that's good going on at 3 a.m. That kid needs to be out and not in their bed. What? Oh, okay. There's absolutely nothing that's good going on at 3 a.m. that kids need to be out and about and not in their beds. Where were the parents? 18-year-olds. I guess that's why they was out. Like I said, you're not a kid at 18, you're an adult. There's 18-year-olds, OnlyFans models getting smashed by 56-year-olds. All right. Next comment. I'm still not sure why the man was arrested. Seems like self-defense to me. I'm saying. Next comment. We need so much more media from people who can differentiate right from wrong regardless of race. This is why this man is so successful. What? I don't know. I don't know. That one lost me a little bit. I can't make sense of that comment. Somebody in my area today ding dong dished somebody. The occupant in the home blasted the child's face on Facebook neighborhood peeps page. Oh, okay. And a majority of the comments were condoning the child's behavior. Comments like, kids will be kids. Let kids do what kids are gonna do. It's a lack of accountability with the parents, holding their children responsible for their actions. If we start holding parents accountable for their children's behavior, my parents would then hold their children. What? My parents would then hold their children accountable for their behavior. All right. Next comment. The community is saying he shouldn't be charged. Next comment. That man was very concerned, but it was 3 That man was very concerned, but it was 3 a.m. It's not about race. Straight up. Next comment. Someone who can relate to the shooter. This happened to me at 2 a.m. when I lived in the neighborhood with lots of families. I was alone and was about to go to sleep. They kicked my door 3 times. It scared the piss out of me. I called the cops and stood in the hallway with my firearm in case they were breaking in. Crossed the threshold and lights out. Turns out this is what they're doing. Thank God I didn't smoke them through the door in panic. Now imagine if he had been sleeping, because this dude wasn't sleeping. He was about to go to bed, right? 2 a.m. when I lived in a neighborhood with lots of family, I was alone and was about to go to sleep. That's why he could rationalize. That's why he could rationalize the situation, right? Because he wants you to sleep. Now imagine this dude at 3 a.m. an hour later, which means if it had been this dude, he would have been in bed by then because it would have been an hour later. He talking 2 a.m. and he was about to go to sleep. Now imagine 3 a.m. You dead, you gone, devil's hour. You sleeping, knocked out. Bam, 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 bam. Now imagine the time it takes you to get out of bed and get to the front door. You think these kids just banged once and ran? Or rather just banged once and stood at the other side of the door, waiting for whoever the homeowner was? Because I'm assuming I don't know if they would have known who the homeowner was, but maybe they did. If they're neighborhood kids doing drive-bys for houses at 3 a.m., they probably know who the homeowner is, right? But this makes sense right here. This guy was actually awake, about to go to bed, 2 a.m. in the morning, heard this, and had his wits about him that he had the presence of mind to call the cops and wait in the hallway with his firearm, right? Now imagine if you in deep sleep at 3 a.m. and that happens. You think your reaction is going to be the same? I don't know. I can't tell you how I'd react to the situation. I know I'd be terrified. I'm gonna do 2 more. I'm gonna do 2 more, then we're done. If someone is banging on your door at 3 a.m., you're going to protect your family. First of all, at 3 a.m. in the morning, you're terrified hearing banging on your door. A life lost over stupid prank. Last one. Very bad decision by this young man. Why is this 18-year-old out at 3 a.m.? People, I'm glad this comment section makes sense of this whole situation, because, the nastiness this man is talking, I don't understand it. And it's crazy because if I don't even want to, because I hate talking about race like this, bro. I'm not even, if I come across a racist white guy, white woman, whatever it is, bro, it don't really faze me like that. I keep it pushing. I don't know you, you don't know me. I live my life. I'll carry on. You know what I mean? Your words can't do much to me. You know what I mean? I might spew for a couple hours after. I might be thinking about it, but really, it's not gonna affect me much because I don't know you. You don't know me. So whatever you're gonna say, you just saying what you're saying out your ass. You know what I mean? But it bothers me when a black man speaks on other black people in the manner that Brandon here does. To the point, if you switched up the situation a tiny bit, right? If you switched up, he already switched it up a tiny bit himself. He said, me being a celebrity, if you come and do that to my front door, you digging your own grave. Meaning, he would have done the same thing as this black man did, but he'd be justified because he's a celebrity. This other brother here can't do that because he ain't a celebrity. He's just a sports bettor. Probably owes somebody money. Man, what the hell are we doing? Brandon, You nasty ass mother. Oh my God.
You're talking about kids going to a school that does lacrosse. That's probably an affluent neighborhood or a reasonable neighborhood, middle class to middle upper class. Why would somebody be so triggered or in fear for their lives that a couple kids banging on your door will cause you to go out and shoot blindly? Now, I don't.
3 a.m., dumbass. I'm in my sleep. I'm deep sleep. 3 a.m., you dumbass. 3 a.m. And you asking questions like this? Nah, bruh. I'm sorry, y'all. This is the nastiest mother effing dude. Like, this is disgusting. This right here is disgusting commentary, right? This is bottom barrel commentary. Bottom barrel commentary. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was very close not to finishing this video when I was watching it initially, right? I don't think I even finished it, to be honest. I actually didn't finish this video. I just downloaded the thing and I was like, you know what? I'm reacting to this thing. I'm gonna finish it whilst I'm reacting to it, and because it was triggering me whilst I'm watching. I'm looking at this man. I'm thinking, I know, bare white men make more sense of this than you are right now, because you're not making no sense at all. 3 a.m. people banging at your door. Them kids were banging at dude's door so long. He woke up out of sleep, literally woke up out of sleep, had time to get out of bed, right? Imagine how long would it take you? It'll probably take you, what? 15, maybe 10 to 20, 10 to 30 seconds maybe to get from your bed to your hallway. It's kind of like just shit. Nah, it's 3 a.m. Man, it's gonna take me a while because I'm sneaking out. I'm so terrified. I'm sneaking out of my own bedroom. That's what's happening here because I don't know what's going on. I'm so terrified. I'm sneaking the hell out of my own room. I live alone in a house. Oh my God, y'all don't even understand. This man got me triggered. Do y'all understand how long it'll take you to get from your bed to inspect whatever the hell's going on at your front door? Fresh out your sleep. They didn't wake you up nicely. They shook you out of your sleep. Y'all know how long it would take you to get just out of fear. Especially you're gonna wake up in shock and fear, right? You're gonna be like, what the hell is going on? Right? Then you'll be like, okay, what do I do? What do I do? It's 3 a.m. What like is they breaking in? They probably breaking in. They like, and at that point you're thinking to yourself, okay, so shit, okay, what do I do? Now, myself, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm thinking, if I got a firearm, I'm thinking, okay, let me get my gun, right? That's the first thing you're gonna think. You're not gonna look for your phone fresh out your sleep at 3 a.m. Someone banging on your door. You don't know what the hell's going on. You're not looking for the cops. You looking to defend yourself first, bro. Shooting first, ask questions later, bro. You know how terrifying that is? Now, just think in that situation, you terrified like that, fresh out your sleep. You don't know what's going on in the rest of your house, right? All you know is people's banging at your door, like damn, you're breaking your front door down. Bro, I would get out of bed. I'd slowly open my bedroom door. Slowly open my bedroom door, right? Peek. I'm peeking out my bedroom door. I'm stepping out my bedroom, ready to shoot. Right? If I see nothing in the hallway, I'm sneaking. I'm sneaking to the front door, right? Can you imagine how long that process right there is taking definitely more than 20 seconds, right? and them kids still banging at your door long enough for you to get into your hallway and shoot rounds through your door. Because imagine, he fresh out of sleep. He probably too scared to take a peek out the window. Just move the curtain a little millimeter and take a peek. I'm thinking to myself, would I be man enough to do that? Just move the curtain and take a peek to see. What if the motherfucker's right there by the window with a gat? Oh my Lord. This guy, Brandon, oh my goodness. I don't know what we doing, guys. Honestly, I don't know. Like, oh my God.
I don't know if he shot blindly though, which is where when we get more information, we'll be able to determine, because he could have just been pissed that these kids did it and made it in his mind he gonna go and shoot and kill them. That could have also been what happened here, right? They could have beat on the door, boom, 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 and he know what it is, and he gets up and he like, oh, F this. He go out there, open the door, and see him running and going, boom, 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 boom.
Let me ask y'all something rationally. I want us to be rational people. I want us to be rational people. Speak rationally. Speak common sense. Common sense ain't even that common no more. All right? Let's just try to be rational. If you know as kids pulling pranks is you pulling out a gun to just like spit bullets. If you know what the situation is, you think an individual who got no past crimes on his record is just gonna think to himself, oh, they fuck around and find out, y'all gonna learn today. Just spit bullets out his front door, knowing his kids on the other side, pulling a prank. Really? Brandon? Oh my God. Like, I don't even know what the fuck we doing here, man. Like, this is nasty work. Like, what is you talking about, brother? Nah, man. Like, I get you an ex-cop and everything, but if this is how you comprehend situation, it don't make no sense, man. It don't make no sense.
Bro, that is murder. It doesn't indicate he shot through the door. So I don't know what scenario he's in, but scenario one, they beat on the door, you get scared, you shoot through the door, you hit a couple. That's murder, okay? You can't shoot a target you can't see. Boom, 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 they beating on the door, you open the door, you instantly, you confront it with them, you start shooting, boom, boom, boom. Maybe that could give you a little more of an advantage. But if you see, you open the door and they running, and you shooting at them while they running, you're going to jail. You're going to jail.
All right, y'all. So that's the video. Shit, man. There go his merch right there. Hey, yo, man. Like, this is crazy. I have never seen that like this in my life. It's just embarrassing. Like, yeah. And like I was saying, this dude gives hella Uncle Ruckus vibes. Hella Uncle Ruckus vibes. Nah, it ain't funny, bro. It leaves a bad taste in my mouth. It makes my stomach churn. Yo, my heart sinks listening to this nigga speak. This is how you contextualize situations like this? Kids banging on your door at 3 a.m., you deep sleep, you waking up out your sleep panicking, you don't know what the hell is going on. Bro, I don't know what I'd do. I'm the same reaction he did. Because it'll take me a while to come to my senses and rationalize what's actually going on. And even when you try and rationalize what's actually going on, you still in the panic because it's 3 a.m. It's 3 a.m. And it's not like they banged and ran. They banged for time. They banged long enough for this brother to get out of his bed, look for his gun, walk all the way up to the up the hallway. Oh my goodness. Like, what exactly are we doing here, y'all? Like, I don't know, y'all. Ain't that some shit for sure? Brandon Tatum. I don't even want to call you Officer Tatum no more, man. Like, I don't believe y'all. You ain't an officer no more, Brandon. You ain't an officer no more, Brandon. So I ain't gonna call you Officer Tatum. You Brandon. Jesus. Why you like this though? It don't even make no sense. Why you hate your own people like this? Who did what to you? I mean, I know you married a white girl, but even that ain't no excuse, bruh. I couldn't imagine how his girl talk about black people if he talking about black people like this. I pray to God she better than him. I pray to God she better than him. You know how they got the yin yang, and when they come, they create a balance, you know what I mean? I pray to God she the better part of you. Because if this is how you think, I don't even know. Ain't that some shit, y'all? DBNK, like, comment, subscribe, you know. Let's grow the community, y'all. Wow. I didn't expect it to go this long. I didn't think I was gonna be here an hour plus. But yeah, this man got me triggered. It ain't even funny, y'all. This man got me triggered. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, why would you do this? Why would you, like, oh my God. Yeah, people. Like I said, ain't that some shit? DBNK. Some say debunk. It is what it is. We keep it moving. We keep it pushing. Like, comment, scroll the community. Subscribe, y'all. Peace, love, and